guess it all began with a radical new concept in child welfare in the 1980s. The question became, when are we going to quit saving children from their families and start saving families for kids? And that was why we created an agency that was family-centered services. We started in 1990 working out of one little office on the second floor of the old bank building across from the courthouse on Main Street. All of us were part-time, and we covered 9 counties, providing services to families referred from the juvenile court system. This organization doesn't exist in every county. This is a unique, homegrown, community-supported agency. Because we are locally governed, we can respond to the unique needs of our community. From the gangs of the late 1990s to the high teen pregnancy rate in early 2000. Each program came out of a particular need in our community. We worked with 66 families in 1991.
I am a junior at Norwell High School, and I am in the teen court program. The teen court program, usually I take the position as an attorney on defense or prosecution. Well, I've been doing this for like almost 6 years. I started when I was in 6th grade. I have a binder, and it's probably like that thick of every case I've done. But I think for them it's beneficial because already going into a courtroom because you broke the law is intimidating. So to have your peers there with you, and also a lot of the peers in the juror position have been in their spot before, and so they can kind of empathize with them, so I think it helps them out a lot. And I also think it's a good learning experience for them because I've seen a lot of people who have gone through it, they now continue with it, and it's a good learning experience. And I've seen it grow tremendously since I've started it.
I'm Mitchell Coolenbeck, board member of YAR. With YAR, we will look at what people want to do with the community, what kids, it has to be kid-driven, like teens, and it has to support the community, and it has to get kids or teens involved with it, and we will grant them money if we feel like it's a good idea to do it. We review, they do a write-up and we review it, we read it, and then we have them come in and tell us more about it, and then we take a vote on it. If it will benefit the community and if it can get kids involved and like teenagers can have something to do or something to build, I have learned more social skills, and I've learned leadership. And my favorite part is we help out with stuff around the community sometimes, like bingo and like the dream team. I've helped out with the dream team the last 2 years, and that's probably my favorite part. The dream team is where mentally handicapped kids will come to Wicker Field over by the Boys and Girls Club, and they will play wiffle ball.
Hi, my name is Jade Glover, and I live here in Bluffton. I'm a part of the Mentor Mom program here at Family Centered Services Healthy Families. I volunteer at the Closet. I'm also a client of the Closet, and I've been involved for about 3 years now. I came to Mentor Moms first after coming to Bluffton, having no family or no support system really. I just lost my child to CPS, and I was addicted to drugs. For about 8 years, I had a huge meth addiction, along with marijuana and other drugs randomly, and I had pretty much cut all ties with everyone and burned every bridge possible. So when I came here, I felt really hopeless. I met Penny Cole, who used to be the coordinator of Mentor Moms, online through Facebook through a friend, and she hooked me up with her. Come to find out, she's my pastor's wife, so that worked out really well. She invited me to church and then taught me about what Mentor Moms is. She acted more like an advocate for me at first, and then a counselor, and then became one of my best friends. Okay, so I'm a customer and I am a worker sometimes, but when I volunteer, I help check in clients and welcome them and take them through to get the necessities that they need, because there are diapers, clothing, there's blankets, there's toys, anything that you could use, toiletries, they have down there through donations. So I would help the clients go through and bag up their items. Not just that, but talk to them and ask them how their day is, or play with their children and get to know them. I've met some people down there that I now see in the community and can interact with through that. So Penny introduced me as the Mentor Mom coordinator. That's how she explained herself, and talked to me about what her and I could go through together. We made a list of goals, things like getting my son back, obtaining transportation and employment and stable housing. The list was huge. The first thing we did, however, was get me going to her church, Park United Brethren Church. I became a member of that a couple years ago, and I'm involved highly in a lot of things there. So she pretty much held my hand through the first 6 months. I called her several times a day and just crying, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. It was even 2 o'clock in the morning one time, and I called her. She answered the phone. No one else had done that for me before. We started working on our goals together slowly. We would meet at her house or at Wendy's or at my house, sometimes just at the park. We'd pick up our kids to go play and just talk. It took a long time to open up to her. I was still coming clean. I was in counseling at Park Center, doing a lot of drug rehabilitation, dealing with the loss of my parents who both committed suicide. We had meetings every month for Mentor Moms, and at first they were held here at Family Centered Services. Soon we began to overcrowd this place, so they started becoming at my church. It was pretty awesome because I met a lot of single moms that went through mostly the same things I did. They either had addiction problems, money problems, they couldn't find or hold a job, couldn't find a babysitter. These were normal things in my life, yet I didn't know anyone that had these problems. So we began to talk. We did crafts, we made food, we did silly games. Sometimes all we did was just sit here. But for that one night a month, I looked forward to that because we all got together and shared our stresses. It took me 8 years to become a drug addict, lose everything, even my children, my house, to the point of where I wanted to die. And it took me 3 years to gain all that back, and hope and understanding and a future. And it all began with this.
In 2009, we reached 1,198 clients in 3 counties.